So what's going on, my fellow Spartans? How are you guys doing today? This is Spartacus Bringer of Rain coming at you with a toy review on the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 6 Hall of Armor set. I am happy to finally have this in my possession, especially that the Hall of Armor is one of the key displays for Iron Man. This Iron Man suit, it is one of my favorite suits of Iron Man. But enough about that, let's get into the packaging. If you get familiar with the figure, of course we get the Iron Man 2 logo on the bottom of the box. You get the Marvel logo in the corner of the box. You get the Tamashii Nations logo and the Bandai logo as well. And of course on the top of the box you get the SH Figuarts logo. And on the side of the box you get an image of the Mark 6 Iron Man suit. And of course on the back of the box you get just some of the poses you can pose the figure in. And of course in the bottom of the box you get the Iron Man Hall of Armor set with all the Iron Mans they're going to release this year. Hopefully this year. And some instructions how to connect the Hall of Armor set. And of course on the other side of the box you get another image of the Mark 6 suit. So let's crack this bad boy up and let's look at the action figure. And now that we have this figure outside its packaging, my first initial thoughts about the figure is that this figure is a nice figure to have in your collection, especially the amount of detail and the paint job that comes with the figure. I know a lot of people are withdrawn from getting this figure, and especially the price point, and especially that we get a lot of figures in the Marvel Legend line that we get sick and tired of getting Iron Man and Captain America's. And like you, I was really not trying to get another Iron Man in my collection, especially from the Marvel Legends line. I know the difference, but this figure kills it with the paint job and the detail. And especially you get a lot of accessories with the figure, and you get the Hall of Armor set. Because the Hall of Armor set does cost like $100 just by itself without the figure or the accessories. But anyways, let's look at the accessories first, and we'll take a look at the action figure. These are all the accessories that comes with the action figure. He does come with one set of flight flaps for his back, one set of open palm, the peg for you could put his repulsor effect, one set of closed palm set, one set of open palms, one set of flaps for his cabs, one set of long repulsor effect, another set for flight effect, and another short repulsor effect for his palms. And of course this is the open palm hand. I think Tamashii Nation did a good job on it. There is a peg here where you peg a flap into it every time you take out the hands from the figure. I will be showing you how to place that in a little bit, but I think Tamashii Nation did a good job on it. There's a lot of sculpting into it. Like it actually looks like an armor hand. So not bad. This is the flap that I was talking to you guys about. Is the piece right here. You have to, every time you change the hands, you have to remove this little piece, but be wary about that because you don't want to break it. So give me a second. You have to take it out every single time and remove the hand. You may notice I did do it off camera. You have to do it every single time when you change the hands, so be wary about that. And of course you just peg it in. It does have a flap for articulation, so you just move it down and you just peg the hand. But be careful with the peg because it might snap. I think it's not bad, but I won't be using this set of hands. And of course this is the closed open palm hand. I think they did a good job on it as well. The same amount of detail from the other hand, but just closed palm. So they didn't do a bad job on it. The only thing I'm afraid about changing the hands every single time is that that flap will break. That's the only thing that I'm really scared of, and I don't want it to happen. This is one of the sets for his hands. It does look a little bit weird in my opinion. Look at that. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right on him. But that's just my opinion. I'm going to show you the next set. This is the repulsor hand. It does have a peg for two of the repulsor effects. The long one and the short one. So I'll be showing you guys that in a little bit. That's not too bad. And of course it does have the flap on the back. The short repulsor effect, I think they did a good job on it. There is a paint end of it. Like a white paint. Like if he's shooting it, I think they did a good job on it. They could have just made it just yellow, but they added that paint, so I am happy that they did do that. So that's not bad. Of course there is a peg hole for you to place it. You just really just peg the hand into it. I think it's not bad. It's easy. It's easily done. I will be showing you how it looks on the figure in a little bit. And these are the shortest ones. I like the longer ones a little bit better, in my opinion. They have a lot of detail into them, more than the shorter ones. But you can match them around if you wish, if you want the shortest one or the longest one in each hand. So that is an option. Of course, this is the one you place on his foot. I think they did a good job as well. There is a minor thing that I kind of, it's a little gripe of mine. I thought that the peg didn't fit on the foot because it wouldn't peg in like that. So I had to spin it to make sure that it would fit. But it does fit. It does fit nicely tight. But if you guys do get something like this, make sure you guys, when you peg it, you spin it a little bit, because it did kind of aggravate me that I was pegging it in and it was coming off, and it just kind of aggravated me about that. But they did do a good job on it as well. Nice translucent effect, and I like the middle of it, like it's more darker. And of course they did added that white effect on it. And of course this is the long repulsor effect. I think they did a good job as well. Not bad. It's about the same. It's just a lot longer, and it has the white, the darker in the middle of it. So they did a nice job on that as well. A nice clear yellow into it too. So they did a good job on it. I think these effects don't look bad on Iron Man, especially when they're pegged in. They look really nice on him. Nice effect. Like, it looks really nice. But like I said, I won't be posing them like this, especially that I have the whole armor. So I can't wait to build that. And of course this is the flap for his back, for when you want to put him in a flight pose. I think they did a good job on it. Like, it does remind me of some of the scenes on Iron Man, like Iron Man 1, when you're seeing him fly with the jets. And he does have this. Like, it looks really nice on the figure when you have him in a flight pose. And he does have pegs right here where you place it, one short one and one long one. So it's explanatory how to place them, so it's not really hard. And I will be showing you how it looks with the flap on. How to remove the flaps for this back, you just take this out like so, but be careful, like I said, with some of these pieces, because you don't want none of them to break. See, and it does have a lot of nice detail under it. They didn't have to do all that, but I like the fact that they did that. And of course the other one too. And of course you just have to line them up. Like, that's the shortest one and that's the longest one. You just have to line them up, and then it just pegs right in. So you might see that's one. I will be showing you all of them, how it looks. It looks really crazy when they all look together with the flaps on. So that's nicely done that they did that. I'm really blown away that they did that. And of course this is the flap for his cab. I think they did a good job on it as well. It's nice painted like the figure. So like I said, I will be showing you how it looks with the flaps on. It looks really good on it. Like, that's the thing that kind of bought me with the figure. And I was surprised, because at first I was like, what the hell is this piece for? And I was looking at some of the instructions, and I was like, oh, it's the flap for the cab. It's not a bad touch that they did that for the figure. So I like the fact that they did that, because you do see some of the scenes having that flap on his cabs for his flight poses. So that's not bad that they did that. And of course this is the flap for his cabs. You just really have to wedge it out from, I recommend you wedge it out from here for you not to scratch the paint. Like I said, always try to do it on a flat surface, because it might fall like it did right now. So you don't want to lose it, especially that. And of course there is a amount of detail in the bottom of the cabs, so it's not bad. I'm happy that they did that. And of course you just peg them in. Don't try to peg them in like that, because you might break it. Try to do it in an angle like so. always try to do it at an angle. You don't want to break them, especially it will be easy to break, as you might notice. They look really nice. Now we'll be showing you with these flaps on and the pulsar effect, him flying, and the flaps too on the back. This is how he looks like in the flight pose. I think he looks really awesome in the flight pose. Look at that. Looks crazy, especially on the flaps. Like, look how they look open. I like that detail because they did, and especially in the repulsor effects. Look really crazy, especially when the light's hitting it. Like, looks really good and detailed. I like how it looks. Like, looks crazy. Look at the flaps from even from there. Like, that's a good detail. That's why I like this figure. Sorry for him shaking, but he's like top heavy on the stand. Doesn't look too bad. Just tell me what you guys think about him. And now that we took a look at all his accessories, we're going to take a look at the Hall of Armor. And now that we got the accessories out of the way, let's look at the Hall of Armor. Of course, it is a good addition to the Iron Man suits. I do like the fact that they made this. There is a good amount of detail into it in the inside, like in the bottom. Like, it looks metal. It's not. If you're wondering if any of these pieces are metal, I think the bottom is die cast, if I'm not mistaken. But this whole set is not metal. If it was metal, it would cost more than it already does. But there is detail around it that looks like in the Hall of Armor from the movie. So I do like the fact that they did that. And especially there's a lamp, like a light, that shines into the top of the head of the armor. So it's not bad. And it does light up in the sides, like in the panels in the sides right here. And overall, it's a nice addition to the Iron Man suits. So it's not bad. It does take 3 AAA batteries. I did took it out. As you might notice, I put them in. And that's one of the complaints I have. I'm paying $120 for this. And they couldn't add batteries to it. Like, I don't understand why they just didn't give us no cheap batteries. And I do like this. And I can't wait to have all of them for I can display them. Because like I said, Iron Man was the movie that got me back into like comics and stuff like that. Because when I was younger, I really didn't read comics like crazy, but I did collect them. You might notice the detail in the bottom, not bad. In the sides, like, it looks nice. It even lights up in the back, like around these panels, and I am going to show you a little bit that. So it's a nice addition. Now we'll be showing you if it does fit with the Marvel Legend Iron Man, if you guys are wondering. I think it lights up pretty good. It depends on the batteries that you have. That's why it's kind of a little bit dim. And especially I have the lights on and my windows open. That's why you're not seeing the brightness of the Hall of Armor. But it does shine pretty bright, to be honest with you. And I will be placing the Iron Man that comes with the set to show you how it looks. It looks really nice. I like it. Like, you can tell, like, it lights up in the back from right here. And man, it looks crazy. Like, I'm really digging this set, and especially the Iron Man. More or less, this is how it looks like. I think this looks sick. Be displaying him like this. It just, I don't know, something about him being in the Hall of Armor. It looks really, really nice. And of course, this is how it looks like with your Marvel Legends Iron Man. Of course, it does look a little bit weird, and it does look too big on him. I don't know, I just don't like how it looks like in the Marvel Legends. Like, it looks too big, like he's about to hit that lamp on the top. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys on how it looks like with your standard Marvel Legends. And now that we got all the accessories out of the way, let's look at the action figure. Of course, it is a nice figure to have in your collection. I can't say that enough, especially the amount of detail it has. Look at the arc reactor. It even has some detail inside of it. Like, it looks really nice. I'm not sure if you can see that in camera, but look at that. Even the armor pieces looks really nice. Even when you like mess around with them, looks natural. Looks really nice, especially on the top of the armor. It looks really nice as well. Even the The helmet looks really nice as well. Looks nice all around. And this is the re-release. I know that the first release had issues with like joints. Like I saw a couple of reviews that the joints on the legs were always breaking. So I'm happy that they did fix that. And of course I'm really surprised in the amount of detail of him, and I'm happy that I didn't pass him up. Look at that. The crazy amount of detail all around him looks really sick. Even in his legs too. The joints, when you like stretch them, they even sculpted in the double jointed knees. Like that looks sick. Like I like the fact that they did that. Like all around him looks really nice. Even in the back too. I took out the flash for you guys to see the more detail that it has. It looks really nice. The only really big complaint I have with him is that the paint, when like, say if you scuff him or like a figure falls on him, it's gonna scratch the paint. But I hate it and I like it, and the reason why, you scuff him a little bit, it does look a little bit battle damage, so I do like that. But overall, that's really the biggest complaint. It all depends on you, on what you think, if that's good or bad. But in my opinion, I like my Iron Man being a little bit battle damage. Nice detail on the legs. Like all around him, looks really sick. Even in the bottom of his feet, has treads, has the peg holes. So overall, it's a nice figure. Like I really recommend you guys not pass him up. But anyways, let's continue on with the rest of the review. And now to get into articulation of the figure, his head is in a ball joint, I believe. So it can move up for those flight poses. Can move down quite a bit, so that's not bad. Can move left, right, and swivel all around. The only really big complaint I have with the articulation is that little gap right there in the bottom of his chin. That's really a big complaint I have. He does have flaps on his shoulders, so you can move them up for more articulation. So you can move his hands out about that much. Does have double jointed elbows, so you can bend them in that much. He does have a swivel on his wrist. Can hinge a little bit down and up. I wish the hinge would have gone more down or up, but other than that, it's not too bad. Anyways, let's continue on. Of course, he does have an ab crunch, but he doesn't crunch that much because of the torso piece on the top. He does crunch this out quite a bit. He does have a swivel in his chest piece, so it's not bad, but I wish it did swivel a little bit more. He can kick out about that much, but if you move the leg out a little bit, like you see that gap, he can kick out about that much more, so that's not bad. If you consider this as a thigh cut, he can swivel all around. He does have double jointed knees, so you can bend them in that much. Ankles can move down quite a bit. Can move up. He has our toe articulation, and he has a little bit of ankle pivot, not too much, because this is hindering it, this piece. So, and just for size comparison, we have the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Daredevil and the Marvel Legend Pizza Eating Spider-Man. Of course, you could tell that this Iron Man is short. That is a complaint that I have. But there is a trick that you can make him a little bit larger than he already is. And I will show you that in a little bit. As you can tell, he's standing a little bit larger than he already is. And the reason for that, I moved the joints on the legs down for him to stand more larger for your Marvel Legends. Of course, it does leave that gap, so be wary about that. If you don't mind having him having that gap, you do have that alternative option to make him stand a little bit larger for your Marvel Legends. And my final thoughts about this set is that it's a good set to have. I think this is a must-have set in your collection, and the reason for that is that the Hall armor looks really nice with this figure, and especially the price point of this set is a steal in my opinion, in my eyes. And the reason for that, okay, the Hall of Armor alone costs like $100 to $80. That's one. The figure alone costs around $60 to $80. And the amount of accessories that you get with the action figure, I had to get it. Of course, you do have an alternative to get the Hot Toys Hall of Armor, but that does cost a good amount of money, and this is an alternative for me, for me to build my Hall Armor, and I do like that they did this. And of course, I will be picking the rest of them up for I can build my Hall Armor set. But anyways, I hope you liked this review. If you could please like, comment, subscribe for more content coming your way. And as always, have a good one.